Hello, welcome to another Mamemeister 10-minute mashup. Today's game, can you see that? No, it's just very bright. You might not be able to make that out. It's Commando by Elite. This is on the BBC Model B. For those technical people who are interested, this is getting played on original hardware, loaded using what I've got a little SD adapter type thing. Yeah, this game came out on probably pretty much every 8-bit computer that was out at the time. In fact, it came out in the 16-bit machines as well. The one that I had, my machine of the day, was a Commodore 64, and I played it a lot. Loved the game. Playing it now, well, I loved it for two reasons. One, the music was just utterly fantastic. Rob Hubbard at his very best. Probably my second favourite Rob Hubbard tune. Anyway, I'm digressing slightly. And secondly, it was easy. Or I was very good at it, and I thought it's because I was a good player, but it turns out it's just piss easy. So that's why I liked it, because I could basically just keep playing and playing. Really good. The Spectrum version was excellent. Never played it on the BBC, so this is my first time. Now I'm playing this using a joystick, so you'll hear the clickiness. Let's see, 1 or 2 player game. Press fire to start. Ugh. Okay, right, well firstly, you may or may not be able to see your player because they have decided to go for a soldier wearing green, which when he's walking across the green landscape you can virtually not see him. He's like one of these predators where all you can see is the kind of outline. Nice big chunky graphics. Oh, it's got the horrible push scrolling. How do you do that? I'm trying to see how you do grenades. Is it that? Ah, right, okay. It's a spacebar now. I'm not going to do any grenades because I'm kind of sitting a fair distance away from the computer. Because between me and the TV is this video camera thing, so I'll not be able to do any grenades. Yeah, it's first impressions is it looks a bit garish. I don't want to say it looks as if it's been rushed slightly. I mean, I don't know what they were thinking. Could they not have picked a different colour for your player's uniform? Now I don't know if you noticed that when the soldiers walked beside each other, they kind of overlapped. There seemed to be a bit of well, I mean, in fact, if you see there when I'm actually shooting them, the sprites are flickering horribly, and they're kind of getting, there's a lot of tear going on here as well. It's dreadfully slow. Well, I suppose you could say it's playable because I mean this isn't a particularly quick game. Push scrolling, pretty god awful graphics. Funny thing is, the actual static graphics. Let me have a look. It looks more like, I don't know, what does it look like? It looks like somebody who works in a toxic factory who's got to wear a head to toe protective suit to avoid getting radiation poisoning or something. So yeah, it looks more like yeah, one of them. Don't know what's going on here. Have I died? Flicker vision. Game over. Thank you for that. Mamemeister, Hawkmoon, Dorloman. There's obviously whoever wrote this game. No, I'll just put it M. Whoever wrote this game's obviously got a bit of a Lord of the Rings thing going on there, I think. Yeah, it's pretty slow, not nice scrolling. The graphics are pretty... The graphics themselves are okay, but the choice of colour is pretty abysmal. Now before I upset any Spectrum owners, which I certainly don't mean to, I would almost look at this and think, this is the Spectrum version, but the Spectrum version is actually, you know, now coming from me, a Commodore 64 person, I would almost go as far as to say that the Spectrum version is probably the the best 8-bit version of this game. Never played the Amstrad one. Amstrad games are a weird kind of animal. They're either brilliant or absolutely god awful. Yeah, if you look at that, there's sprite tearing going on left, right and centre. Pardon me, especially when there's overlapping. Now where's the wee motorbike? Oh, there he is there. It looks like Sir Clive Sinclair in his C5. Now it's not even that easy. Oh dear. It's not even that easy to see the bullets. Yeah, it's obviously been. I mean, I would look at this and think this has been some sort of cheapo third party take on Commando, but nope, this is a full fat elite version. I was actually, when I was going through my games to decide what I was going to look at today, I was actually quite surprised to see Commando on this. I didn't realise that Commando actually came out for the BBC. I don't actually know what the shelf life of the BBC was. I mean, from what I gather, it wasn't a particularly long time. I mean, the BBC machine was just so ridiculous. Well, I'm saying ridiculously priced. It was very, very expensive. But the thing with the BBC is that it was built for people doing their homework. You know, you could expand it. You could put disk drives. You could put modems. You could put bloody speech synthesizers. God knows what else. So yeah, it was really built with expansion in mind. So yeah, the BBC, as far as I'm aware, never really took off. It was never really one of the big players when it came to games playing. Spectrum obviously ruled the roost, closely followed by the Commodore 64. Then you had the Amstrad, and then it was always the posh people at school with loads of money that had the BBC. But yeah, I mean, look, they look more like bloody penguins shuffling along instead of manic soldiers trying to kill you. Now where's the wee bearded chap that always runs out at the start of level 1? I'm not seeing him. Now if somebody took a screenshot of this, you'd actually think it'd been a game that had crashed. Looking at the graphics, now I know it's trying to depict a blood splattered war zone, but I'm not convinced. Again, the BBC, I mean, even the sorry I'm being so critical here guys, even the title screen, it looks like a game that you would get on CFAX. You know, they haven't bothered to change. It's kind of lazy programming. They're using the built-in fonts instead of trying to come up with their own fonts for this particular game. They've just lazily used the whatever they call it in the BBC. I call it CFAX text because I think that's what they used to use for the CFAX, which some of my younger viewers may not know what I'm talking about. It was basically before we had things like, I was going to say Games Master, but you guys won't even know what Games Master was. It was basically, you could read reviews and the like. Teletext was a text service that was on several channels, and you typed in page numbers, and it was just basically articles about various different bits. You could book a holiday, you could read the weather. There was even a page, I can't remember what it was called again, there was a page all dedicated to computer games. But yeah, if this game played quicker, if it didn't corrupt, you didn't get the kind of the sprite tearing that you're getting here, it was a bit quicker. It's just so slow. And to be honest with you, I don't think if they'd brought out a game like this on one of the popular 8-bit machines, it would never have sold. Well, you know, it probably would have sold because Commando was a big deal. It was one of the big one of the most successful 8-bit games, as far as I'm aware. I want to get to the end of the first level, right? We're almost up to 10 minutes. But yep, at the end of the first level you normally get a wee bearded chap making a beeline for the bottom of the screen. You've got to try and kill him as quickly as possible for, was it 3,000 points I think it was it? Oh, I'm dead. Anyway, bollocks to this. Yep, that's enough for me. It's game over as far as I'm concerned. This is Commando by Elite on the BBC. Check it out if this is your thing. And as usual guys, thanks for watching.